1,100 beds in 2011 to 2,208 beds today. Investing in children's health. Honourable Speaker, the government continued major investments in child and maternal health care throughout Sindh Institute of Child Health and Neonatology. The SICHA network expanded from 790 beds to more than 1120 beds and now provides specialized healthcare service across 12 districts of Sindh. More than 1.2 million patients receive treatment through the SICHN facility. So the Peer Abdul Qadir Shah Jilani Institute of Medical Sciences, Gambhat, continued to serve as Pakistan's premier public sector transplant institution. Between July 25 and May 26, Gambhat Institute provided healthcare services to approximately 2.97 million patients and successfully performed 174 liver transplants, 16 kidney transplants, 29 bone marrow transplants, and 209 cardiac surgeries. The government also continued to strengthen emergency response systems across Sindh. During the current financial year, the Sindh Integrated Emergency and Health Service expanded its fleet by 110 new ambulances, increasing the total fleet to 545 ambulances operating across the province. Honourable Speaker, sir, I now turn to another critical investment in the future of our province, strengthening education and building human capital that will drive Sindh's growth in decades ahead. Honourable Speaker, no nation can achieve lasting prosperity without investing in its people and in its youth. Education remains the most powerful instrument for social mobility, economic growth, and human development. Last year, we committed to strengthening the education sector through teachers' recruitment, restoration of schools, expansion of early childhood education, support of our school children, decentralization of school finances, and greater access to higher education opportunities. One of the largest merit-based recruitment drives in Sindh history was successfully undertaking, and we recruited an additional 5,530 teachers, an additional 5,530 teachers. Recruitment is underway. The government completed 1,312 new schools during this year. Reconstruction of flood-affected schools also continued, with 606 schools rehabilitated and reconstructed, while work is in progress on another 1,860 schools. Recognizing the importance of early learning, 1,336 early childhood education classrooms were established and strengthened, benefiting more than 40,000 children. In addition, 752 teachers received specialized training and 584 early childhood teachers were recruited. I'll just skip a few pages here due to shortage of time, and I'll go to law and order. Peace and security are indispensable for economic growth, social stability and public confidence. Recognizing this, the Government of Sindh continued to invest in modern policing, counter-terrorism capabilities and public safety initiatives to ensure a secure environment for citizens and businesses alike. A major milestone during financial year 2025-26 was the expansion of technology-driven policing and road safety initiatives. The introduction of AI-based faceless e-ticketing system, together with expansion of the Safe City program, transformed traffic enforcement and strengthening road safety across the province. More than 1.07 million electronic tickets were issued through transparent and technology-based enforcement mechanism. Adopting a citizen-friendly approach, the government waived penalties for the first-time traffic violators to encourage compliance through awareness rather than punishment. To further strengthen the surveillance of public safety, 1,325 smart cameras equipped with facial recognition and automatic number plate recognition technologies were installed at strategic locations. In addition, 1,487 assistant sub-inspectors were recruited. Recruitment of 2,000 investigation officers was approved and modernization work commenced on 40 model police stations across the province. So one of the most important achievements of the year was restoration of peace and security in the Kacha areas of northern Sindh through targeted anti-dacoit operations in Shikarpur, Kashmor and Gotki, supported by an allocation of rupees 872 million. Law enforcement agencies conducted 141 encounters, eliminated 48 hardened criminals, made 140 arrests and secured 475 voluntary surrenders. Most importantly, approximately 115,000 acres of Kacha territory was cleared from criminal influence, restoring confidence among local communities and strengthening the writ of the state. Sir, I now turn to another important commitment of this government, that is empowering persons with disabilities, promoting inclusion, and ensuring that no citizen is left behind in journey towards progress and power and prosperity. During the current financial year, significant progress was achieved in expanding rehabilitation services, strengthening inclusive education, and improving accessibility across the province. Today, the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities operates 67 special education and rehabilitation schools, 10 centers for autism rehabilitation and training, and works in partnership with 140 organizations supporting persons with disabilities. More than 1,000 teachers from 300 schools received specialized training under Inclusive Education Program, while a broader initiative has been launched to train 5,000 teachers in inclusive education methodologies. The government also expanded rehabilitation infrastructure. New CARTS facilities at Tando Muhammad Khan and Korangi have been completed, while the Sakhar Mega Complex and centers in Mirpur Khas, Karachi Central and DHA Karachi are progressing. The Sindh Institute of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, Ladkhana, has achieved approximately 90% completion, while a similar facility is being developed in Sakkar. Rehabilitation facilities are also being expanded in Karachi, Badin, Shahidpur, Jacobabad, Moro, Daud and Mithi. To improve accessibility and opportunity, 42 digital classrooms were established for deaf students. Pakistan's largest vocational training facility for persons with disabilities was established at Korangi, and assisted devices worth rupees 800 million were distributed across Sindh. Honorable Speaker, sir, I now turn to another area where government has delivered tangible results for citizens across the province, modernizing public transport, improving mobility, and advancing sustainable transportation solutions. An efficient, affordable, and accessible transport system is essential for economic growth, social inclusion, and urban productivity. The People's Bus Service continued its successful expansion, with operational fleet reaching 290 buses and services extended to Khairpur, Shikarpur, Tando Alayar and Hyderabad. Today, the service carries approximately 125,000 passengers daily and has served more than 1 million passengers since its launch. To improve mobility for women, the Pink Bus Service, Pakistan's first women-exclusive public transport initiative, continued to expand. The government also accelerated the transition towards green mobility. During the year, 34 electric buses became operational, while an additional 100 electric buses are being inducted into the transport network. Furthermore, procurement of the first 500 electric buses under the broader 1,000 EV bus program is being undertaken through a public-private partnership framework, making it one of the largest green transport initiatives in Pakistan. To further strengthen Karachi's transport network, the government has approved procurement of 50 modern double-decker buses at a cost of approximately rupees 4.8 billion, out of which 25 double-decker buses will be on the road in the next 3 months. The new fleet is expected to serve more than 30,000 passengers daily and will significantly enhance public transport capacity in the city. Sir, I now turn to another important pillar of our development strategy, leveraging public-private partnerships to accelerate infrastructure development, attract investment, and create new opportunities for economic growth. The Government of Sindh has successfully positioned public-private partnership as a key instrument for infrastructure development. Today, Sindh possesses the largest public-private partnership portfolio in Pakistan, valued at approximately rupees 877 billion, with projects worth rupees 190 billion under construction and a further 365 billion under procurement and investment. These projects span transportation, water supply, renewable energy, urban infrastructure and environmental sustainability. A flagship project under this framework is the Ghotki-Kantkot Bridge, the largest bank-to-bank or longest bank-to-bank bridge across River Indus in Pakistan, spanning approximately 12.2 kilometers. The project will transform connectivity in northern Sindh. The government also launched the carbon emission reduction through forestation project covering approximately 35,000 hectares of riverine forest in Jamshoro and Matiari district. The project will sustain climate resilience, support carbon sequestration, enhance biodiversity and create livelihood opportunities for local people. Sir, I now turn to water security, sanitation and public health infrastructure. Access to clean drinking water, sanitation and reliable public health infrastructure remains essential for public health, economic well-being and sustainable development. During the current financial year, the government continued to invest significantly in water supply, sanitation and drainage infrastructure across Sindh. Out of 167 targeted water supply and drainage schemes, 147 schemes have been completed, while work on 146 additional schemes is progressing and is expected to be completed during the next financial year. Major achievements include the completion of ultraviolet filtration water supply project at Rattodero and significant progress on the Shahadkot water supply and drainage project, improving access to safe drinking water and sanitation service for local communities. The government is also implementing 578 water supply and sanitation schemes with an investment of approximately rupees 45.56 billion alongside 67 rural development schemes worth rupees 5.10 billion. Sir, I now turn to the area that will determine the future competitiveness of our province, empowering our youth through technology, innovation and digital skill. Recognizing that future economy will increasingly be driven by technology, innovation and knowledge, the Government of Sindh has made significant investments in digital transformation, technology education and skill development. During 2025-26, substantial progress was achieved through successful implementation of People's Information Technology Program Phase 2, one of the largest digital skill initiatives in Sindh. Sir, I'll just skip the details. They're here and this document is part of the record of the assemblies, and I'll just, due to shortage of time, I'll just move on to two important nation-building sectors, the works and services and irrigation. In works and services, approximately rupees 146 billion has been released for the projects, including 10.94 billion for maintenance and rehabilitation. 341 schemes have been completed. 2,936 kilometer roads has been either new roads have been built or rehabilitated, almost 3,000 kilometers in the year. On the irrigation side, rupees 96 billion were released, and important achievements in the irrigation because we were particularly concerned about floods. So we focused on the floods, and as a result, the Karo Ghungro outfall drain system has achieved 69% physical progress. Soni Dhoro restoration project is almost complete. The Khairpur drainage network, restoring drainage services to approximately 142,000 acres affected by the 2022 floods, is almost complete. The Ranara Canal head reach lining has been completed. Shadi Wa small canal lining has been completed. Bulleri distributory lining is almost complete. Rajwa lining is almost complete. Bahadurwa lining is almost complete. Ganjbar lining is almost complete. Gaja Guni branch drain and Hajipur pumping stations have been physically completed substantially. And the K4 support project, the KB feeder lining, has achieved 78% physical progress and inshallah will be completed in this the next financial year.